Hello and welcome back to the Tribute Racing League here with Losing IX. Due to difficulties, we are sorry. Danny's phone was broken, so I couldn't log into the actual Twitch channel of the Tribute Racing League, so we are deeply sorry for that. But hopefully we can get it started, as we had started late due to that, but also due to drivers joining late, as the Spa, one of my favourite tracks personally, really good track, loads of opportunities to overtake on this track. You know, someone's already, I believe, DNF'd or retired from the session, but Beans will be the first one out to leave the pits. As I just saw, the viewers just joined due to difficulties. As I already said, we are sorry. Danny's phone was broken, so I couldn't get the code in to log into the actual Tribute Racing League, so I am sorry about that, and I'm sure Danny is also very frustrated and all. Personally, I should have just stayed in the Tribute Racing League, as I was actually streaming on my own channel, so I take half the blame. But as we get into the Grand Prix, Beans was the first one out to leave early, so for this track in the rain for Spa, you needed a 1 minute 56s, I would say. Personally, I never actually had a track that has been this long and this rainy, so long track in the rain could be difficult due to long fast track and all. So Beans has actually came in for the Mercedes team due to struggling this season, and he did put in the Discord that he just finished his T, so he did manage to get into the lobby. So he's gonna be the first one on his out lap. As he comes into turn 1 in gear 2, he's now gonna nearly loses it there, so it is gonna be difficult at turn 1, so you need to be smart due to its heavy rain on the full wet tyres and all. But I believe in 3/4 of the race it's gonna get dry, so there will be a bit of dry track as he does get an invalidated lap. And I believe the Haas is out, so I believe it isn't Finn, it's actually Sia in the Haas, my new driver, I believe, not seen him race. He's now going to get out of sector 1 now, and gets fastest sector 1 in 32.134 seconds, so that's, I would say, a really good fastest sector 1. As I nearly dropped my phone there, so I am sorry. Gets into gear 2, now needs to try upshift. Now needs to catch the apex, does it quite nicely, doesn't get much momentum there due to its wet tyre, so it's going to be difficult for him. He's now going to go into the apex, come down into gear 6, he's going to continue down in gear 6, upshifts to gear 7, now gear 8, he's going to downshift all the way to gear 4, so now going to continue on gear 4. And now he's going to enter now into sector 3 now, as he gets the fastest sector 2. Now he's in a 1 minute 24s, so he needs to actually catch up as he is going to be basically on the straight in sector 3 now. As you were aware, Beans did get invalidated lap. It's going to come through the last couple of turns, as Thermal sets a 1 minute 57.051, which is actually pretty good. I did go in time trials and had a look at his lap, and Gustav Steinach goes into P2, Dylan goes into P4, and I realise goes into P6 now as Lag's just beating him. Now Skeg goes into P7. So when I went in time trials, I saw that Thermal does get into the 1 minute 56.2 area. However, the Haas is actually beating that, but I believe that was an old time of Thermal, so I really don't believe he will actually be on that time. I am sorry, I was just sorting moving my phone out because it was not on silent, so I am very sorry then. I'll just quickly sort it out. So toast is actually P10, sorry, 1 minute 58. Now being pushed out, I believe, by the McLaren of that other car guy. We'll go down to the people that haven't settled out. Russians on invalidated. Kato Fatman. Now I'm going to cross the line in 1 minute 58. OJBWW in sector 2 now, approaching by turn 10 and 11. Gets very good speed there. He's now in gear 8. He's going to downshift all the way to gear 4. No, I'm going to keep the momentum in gear 4. So I'm trying to go carry out speeds. Now I'm going to go down to gear 3. He now needs to try upshift, but he doesn't. Upshift's a bit late there. I'm going to downshift to gear 5. Now goes back up to gear 6. Now I'm going to go up to gear 7 now. Now I'm going to approach all the way by turn 16 and 17 now. Now I'm going to approach by turn 18 and 19 now. Now turn 18 he approaches, now turn 19. Gets into gear 2. Oh, oversteers a bit there. 1 minute 58. Still time to improve as Toast does beat him there in 1 minute 58.607. Looks like OJB is struggling there. If we go back to Russian, did have an invalidated lap. He's now going to approach by turn 8. Gets good momentum there. Now goes into turn 9. Now I'm gonna have a bit of room there on a bit of a straight. It's now gonna come by turn 10 and 11. Seen Russian actually racing a couple other leagues. He's actually been doing decent other leagues, but looks like he's been a bit struggling in the Tribute Racing League. He's now going to approach by turn, I believe it's turn 14 now, as he now goes into sector 3. So he's now going to approach by turn 16 and 17. There isn't, well, he is actually 19 corners on Spa. Normally in the actual wets, probably 1 minute 55 now due to thermal. No. Sir said no thermal, and Sir goes back up to P1 1 minute 55.161. Thermal did get in 155.785. Sorry. So Sir saying no thermal. This is my race. Thermal is being very good in the Tribute Racing League. Has won a couple of races. So was Gustus Steiner, for example. He's P3. But I believe some of these car drivers have actually never raced in Spa on the wets, or have, but haven't in a long time. See, Dylan just comes into the pits for the McLaren team as he gets invalidated lap. His foot is in the pits, as you see OJB teammate in P12. If I could pronounce this correctly, if I can. I would say Faki 10. Faki 10. I might just call him Key, just make it simple. As you see, Skeg in P13 for the Renault, as they had a really good race, I believe, last time out at Hungary. Or was it the race before? Not 100%, but they had a really good race. Kato Fahman, I believe, being a bit struggling in a Ferrari. Is his teammates actually in P5 for lags? He's actually doing not so bad there, so there is improvement for him, but just needs to obviously keep that speed up. Also keep the momentum up for the Ferrari team. As Toast is obviously P15 for the AlphaTauri, yeah, AlphaTauri. As Finn was really excited for this race, he was really pumped up in the Discord. He was nervous but also pumped up. I remember at half 6 but can't wait, I am nervous, but he's gonna struggle here. Gets invalidated lap though, so looks like he's not strong. He did say to me 1 minute 58, but I did say average around 1 minute 56 as if can. But you know, if you're starting at the back and someone crashes in turn 1, like I think they will do, it was a bit wide there, that could really help him. Skeg actually gets disqualified for blocking the pit lane, so I do not know what happened there. Someone else has joined Trigger. So that's going to make 20 cars, so what car does he go in? Let's try to work it out here. I believe it's the Williams. I really do believe it's the Williams here. As let's go. Did say no thermal. I'm back at P1. He's looking to improve his lap time here, as he's going to approach, I believe, turn 14 as he gets past his sector 2 here. Looks like Sir definitely said to thermal no, as Cam Cooper has also said no to thermal. Thermal has been very good, probably been the best driver in my opinion in the Tribute Racing League in Tier 2 so far. I believe this is Sir's actually first race. So he's going to cross the finish line again and gets into the 1 minute 54.691. Incredible lap time by him. Almost a second in front of Cooper, but he's a second faster than Thermal. Thermal is in the pits, so Trigger is got 4 minutes to actually set a lap time for the Williams, as Bean's just retired. Gonna flick through. Gustafson on the outlap is also been very good for the Tribute Racing League, has won a couple of races and he has been incredible. He's been fantastic. So let's have a look at what happened last week. I cannot remember. Yeah, Thermal did win last week's race, which really helped him. Gustav Steiner was in the lead, but he was losing a lot of grip out the Hungary track at round 8, which was last week's race. And so yeah, it was the Renaults that did really good. The non-cabbage did get a podium. Skeg came P4, so incredible. Then Gustav Steiner did win. Oh no, that's the same result. Yeah, Gustav Steiner did win at Austria. I did not commentate that race, I believe. It's just saw actually some unusual people got points at Austria, so that was really good by them. And then you just see winners at Canada. There were no commentators there, sadly. But Lies just approaching our Rouge, I believe it's called. So he's going to approach turn 2 and 3. So you need to be careful as he does spin there. I thought one of the best races was at the Monaco Grand Prix. Gustav Steiner did win that. And Gustav Steiner, Thermal did win at Spain, and you see Thermal winning at, you see Dylan actually winning at Netherlands at round 3, then you see Fractose Alarm winning the first, I believe, 3 races, I think it was. No, he won. So there's 2 minutes remaining, so definitely for Trigger if he can. Let's just quickly go to him. Gets invalidated lap, does have enough time though. He does actually have enough time to set one more lap. So we're gonna go on board with him. Hasn't set a lap. Let's see what he can do. Just trying to get the temperatures into his tyre, however. Hopefully Thermal will be happy with his performance if he can set a good lap time here. As his teammate in the actual Drivers' Championship standings after Hungary round 8 from last week, Thermal did win. Here are the results, whoever, for the people that are watching. So you got Gustav Steiner leading the Drivers' Championship standings in first place with 144 points. Incredible. But what is even close for the title for the Drivers' Championship standings is that Thermal is actually 1 point behind Gustav Steiner, 143 points, so that's minus 1 point behind. Then you got Dylan that is on 83 points, so 61 points behind. Sort of still does have a chance, as Trigger's gonna put into the wall there, so he's gonna retire. Let's see who else is on their outlap. Who looks like they're gonna set a good lap? I think Dylan will set a good lap, so we'll go on board with him, as he is gonna slow down to get some room for himself. EDMG44 put in the chat, can we watch Key 10? Of course we can. Let's have a look at him, as he is gonna go up our rouge by turn 2 and 3 here. I don't know what's happening. Is he lagging? Not sure if he's actually lagging. 100% not sure. I don't know what's happening. We're gonna go back to Dylan. As we were reading the championship standings, Drivers' Championship standings, here they are. So he was on board with Dylan on 83 points, so 61 points behind. Then you got I Verlies on 59 minus 85, Non-Cabbage on 56 minus 88 points behind. So they're the top 5. However, the top 2 is just incredibly close. So you see Fern was minus 1 point behind. As I am going to tell you the Constructors' Championship, as Dylan, I believe, can get top 5 here. I really hope he can. He does deserve it. Normally a really good racer. He's now going to approach by turn, I believe. Turn, yeah, that would turn 14. In fact, it gets fastest 62. Now approaches turn 15. Catches that corner really well. He's going to get, I thought he was going to get DRS here. He's now going to approach turn 16 and there's a 16 and 17 there. He's now going to approach the final 2 corners of turn 18. Gets in good gear here. You could try flick up a gear, but stays in gear 2, however. Now going to upshift. And as it was an okay lap, so really good lap there, I believe, from it. Goes up to P8. Don't know if he gained the places. So here are the short qualifying results. So Sir Wizard in the Haas is in P1, Gus Sign in P2, Cam Coop in P3, Lags with Weiber in the Ferrari. If I pronounce that correctly, I do apologise. P4, Non-Cabbage P5, Thermal P6, Foot in P7, Dylan in P8, Russian in P9, Key 10 in P10. Verlies just out of the points. He was in the top 5 at 1 point of qualifying, and believe it, in the first 5 minutes. He's now in P11. That other car guy in P12. So hopefully we can have a good race, but I will tell you the positions of the other car drivers. So I'm just going to quickly tell you the Constructors' Championship standings after round 8 at Hungary. So the Red Bull team leading with 211 points. So that puts the Williams team behind by 58, who are second place with 153 points. The Alfa Romeo, which I'm actually quite surprised about, 125 points minus 86 points behind the Red Bull team. McLaren in position 4 of the championship standings, 113 points. That equals minus 98 points behind the Red Bull team, as the Renault had an incredible performance last week at Hungary, came P3 and 4 on 78 points. That puts them 133 points behind the Red Bull team. The AlphaTauri 59 points, 152 points behind. Race Point 42 points. That equals 169 points behind us. Mercedes, like I did say, Beans has came into this race to help them out on 32 points this season. That puts 179 points behind. Then you see the Ferrari team, which are struggling to 203 points behind, so they're on 8 points this season, and the Haas on 1 point with 110 points behind. As I did get down to that other car guy on the results after short qualifying, so if you did miss it, you probably can see it now. Beans in P13, Kata Farman in P14, OJBWW and Toast F1 have got disqualified. So that's going to be quite a disadvantage, I would say, because that's going to put their tyres really cold, so they're not going to get the temperatures into the tyres and brakes. So in turn 1 they could basically spin out, either cause a safety car or even not have a good performance due to heavy rain. But I have actually heard in Discord that it will brighten up later into the race, so 22 laps this race. As you see, Zati Famate P17, F7 Finn in P18, Skeggy's leg in P19, and Trigger Tree 7114 in P20 after joining late. So Sir is in P1. So first race, hopefully he can actually do really good. Hopefully, like I already said, can have an incredible race, as it is his debut race, I do believe. As Gustav Steiner leading the Drivers' Championship standings on 111 points, which is incredible. Then you got also down in P6 Thermal with 110 points behind, 110 points, sorry, minus 1 point behind Gustav Steiner. He's at a disadvantage here, starting P6, as the loads are gonna get disqualified, sorry. So here are the predictions. One stop, you go all the way to lap 11, that's the one stop, or you go earlier, I believe, to lap around 6, pit there, then pit around well, I would say lap 15 to get the second stint off. So that's going to be disappointing for teams. I do not know what the average pit stop is, so I have no idea at all. As we just are waiting for the drivers to connect to the lobby and get underway. Two red lights, three red lights, 4, 5 red lights, and we are underway. And Sir, I believe, gets a good start here, as the lead bar does get mixed up as we go into turn 1, as Sir is leading the race, goes down on the inside, keeps the momentum, As Thermal does go up to P2, so that's an incredible start by him, goes up by 4 places. So he started P6, now goes in P2 as he's going to approach turn 3 as he goes up there really nicely. As there's a Haas, I believe it's probably Finn. I'm not trying to be rude to him. Looks like he is struggling down as we're going to go drop down to 3rd place, and it's non-cabbage, so he's also actually got a good start. So that's a really good start for the Renault team. As behind him we've got Cam Cooper, who did start P2 I believe. He's actually right on the back of non-cabbage, so he's going to try and keep his distance away so he doesn't get wing damages. Try goes down the inside, doesn't have enough room and wasn't, I would say, not really there. As we're going to go to legs in the Ferrari, now in P5. I do not know how many places he went up, but Dylan did start on P8. 1 stop pit on lap 11 to 20. 2 stop pit around 8 to 12 lap, then later on in the race. Gustav Steiner also, I believe, has actually dropped places, so we're going to go all the way down to positions change. Thermal, as I actually said, in around turn 2 has gone up 4. Non-cabbage has gone up a couple of places, but the person that's gone up the most places actually Thermal. Ones that dropped the most is Gustav Steiner, so he did start in P, I believe, if he did P3. Teammates just behind him and all. So it's like the top 10, I would say, is actually not kept the same. Yeah, it's not kept the same. So the Haas is actually going to get the fastest lap in the race. As we just have a look in the mid pack as they approach by turn 1. As Russian does look for outside move there, doesn't have enough space, so looks like he didn't have enough room. As we're going to go down near the front of the pack, let's go by Arud. As you just see Gus just standing trying to gain on Dylan. Dylan looks like he's not having the most. As you see Gustav Steiner looking for inside move, gets the inside move done. So, and the lead has gone mixed up. So that is very annoying. Is Bean's actually leading? No, he is not. Sir is still leading, so we're having problems due to thing. But look at this fight, as you just see Dylan trying to keep the inside of Gustav, but Gustav does have the racing line, so he's gonna go back up to P6 as he's a battle for P6 as it is between Dylan and Gustav. Gustav looks like he's getting away from Dylan here, so Dylan looks like he's struggling a bit. As we see lags, obviously trying to keep the distance away from Cam Cooper, but also trying to gain on him at the same time. So he's looking for that mistake due to it is heavy rain in the full wets. So he's trying to keep his distance. As you see, non-carry, so 2 stop is lap at 8 to 20 pit, or pit lap 16 to 21. As non-carry is going to use a bit of overtake there, as you can actually regain a lot of ERS around this track, especially by turn 8 area. As you go around the long right handers, you go right down to gear 2, so that's going to be annoying. As I am very interested in this race, as Thermal looking for points, as we were talking about him between him and Gustav Sanders. Gustav Sanders was 1 point in position 1 for the Drivers' Championship, as Thermal is probably looking for a win and fastest lap. However, Sir is just flying out there. Use approximately over 40%, as Toast has DNF, so that's all the way in sector 3. I believe that's not in a good position, as he has crashed out in the middle of turn 18 and 17. So this could be interesting. Is there anyone going to pit? I'm gonna look around the mid-pack area, see if anyone's actually gone up places. Trigger's now got a 5-second penalty for exceeded track limits. So this could be the best time for him. Personally, there's a safety car, he can pit, get rid of the 5-second penalty, catch back up to the safety car, start at the back, which isn't actually a huge problem, because it is a safety car, can still gain places off the safety car. So it'd be interesting what the Williams team does. Should he come in or should he just stay out? But that's us to find out. As the racing points actually look alright, just out the points, so you see back P10 in P12, OJ in P13. Obviously got disqualified in, I believe it was in the formation, like trying to get his temps up. Obviously either accidentally bumped into someone or someone just collided with him by accident. So he started with basically a disadvantage at the start of the race, so he's actually alright. As you see, the Ferrari team not looking good, as Faki 10 does get a penalty and he just missed the pit, so that could be annoying. The Williams is gonna go into the pit, so I think it's a really smart move from Trigger. I think he is playing it smart. Gonna get rid of that 5-second penalty. He's gonna go on some fresh wets though. So he's probably gonna look to pit again, maybe near the back end, maybe around, I believe, lap 16 maybe. Gonna wait the 5 seconds as Finn were pumped up. Beans is actually lagged out. So does Beans need it in right? Like, that's my question. So Beans is lagged out. Anyone else lagged out? Just flicking through to make sure everybody's here, because Spa is not a fun track. So Beans is the only one that's lagged out. Not lagged out, but is not currently driving. His AI is driving. His Trigger's now gonna get out of sector 2, I believe now. So Trigger's currently by turn 7, and these lot are by turn 12 now. So still has time to quickly catch up, but he is in the wets. Cam Cooper, 5-second time penalty for server collision with non-cabbage. That is quite huge there. Cam Cooper in P4 here. Must actually went into the back of non-cabbage, so he's going to be very frustrated with himself. But the question is, was it non-cabbage's fault? I doubt it. F7 thing gets a 5-second penalty for server collision with I believe, who was it? I just forgot his gamer tag. It was the Alpha Romeo P16 Zati Anata in B16. The Alpha Romeo has got a penalty. I believe someone just went into the back of Cam Cooper there. I think it was a Ferrari. Cam Cooper is now going to go into the pit, so he does have time. Safety car's probably going to be in next lap. So we are hoping quickly catches back up, as he has actually had a really good start. Gone up a couple of places. Steiner, of course, gone down by obviously quite a few places. Gonna get his point of view, obviously. Gonna be a bit frustrated, like I just said. This safety car could actually help him just gain a couple of places, because he did look he were flying out there. As you saw, the battle between him and Dylan for P6 was very close. Looking for the switch backs, got past him. Dylan came back with a move. Then once Steiner came out, I believe by turn, I believe it was turn 10 and 11, Steiner just went simply went on the outside, had the racing line, so good sportsmanship by Dylan by just simply leaving him enough room because he had the racing line. Did get the apex, so did actually get good speed out of exit of turn 9. So he's going to look for the same move as it did happen around here, I did believe. Then just flew away from Dylan. Realised Augustine, his teammate, P7. Alright for him, but we're just hoping that he's okay. As Footy gets a 5-second time penalty for server collision with Russian Vlad. So that's going to be annoying for some people. So it looks like P8 to 10 have got penalties, so they're going to have to be careful around here, of course. So going to have to be really clever. So I just realised it did lag, so I do apologise if the stream does lag. It was OJBWW, nearly went into the back of the McLaren there. Looks like he's looking for a really good start. The safety car's going to stay out another lap. So are going to wait for Cam Cooper and obviously OJBWW's teammate who's currently P19. Cam Cooper P18 did collide with non-cabby, so he's going to be frustrated with himself. His trig actually moves up to a place. I thought Finn were actually at AI then. Finn must be going too slow, that allowed. I thought he went past him. Finn looks like he's struggling, he just went off track there. Let's go with him, let's see how many penalties he's got due to just going off track quite a few times. He's on a 5. So he has been handed out a 5-second penalty and he hasn't gone into the pits. I thought he would have done. As Finn just went into the side of the Alfa Romeo in front of him. And that's going to be very frustrating as we just caught that on the stream. Finn could get done there by the stewards, just went into the back of the Alfa Romeo's Zata Fanata, if I said that correctly. Keep saying it wrong, I believe, so he's going to get penalised there, so that's annoying. He's not, well, I was trying to keep his distance, but he needs to get close. It does go, I don't know what's happening here. I think he's just simply just did Tricky that to give back the position there, back to Finn there. Safety car in this lap. This control has given the word out. Safety car in this lap. So it'll be interesting of these two drivers. Obviously, Fairmont looking obviously to win the race, so it keeps the gap away from Gustafson. But Gustafson still needs to get a decent amount of points too. Obviously, put the pressure on Fairmont for first place in the driver construction championship. So all depends on this start. It's going to be a tricky start though, as you're only in gear 2 coming out with turn 19. As Fairmont actually gets a decent start here, but looks like he actually got a decent. Right. Fairmont's gonna. He was looking for inside move there. Does go into the corner quite early there. So he's going to use some overtake, so some ERS. Fairmont is not going to use some ERS here. So it's going to come up by turn 2 and 3. So obviously Skeg has been kicked. That's annoying. I'm going to have to invite him back, aren't I? Can I just simply run his name? No, I'm gonna have to, I can't invite him. He has just been removed from AI. Finn has retired. So virtual safety, I'm gonna quickly invite Skeg back to the game. Ah. We are actually, well, I do believe we're actually back racing, so I do apologise there. I don't know if there was any overtakes has been done, but it looks like Non-Cabbage did lose his podium position there. So I'll quickly invite Skeg back. Skeg has joined. So thank you by Antonio, I believe his name is on Twitch. Thank you for letting me know about that. Didn't realise, I just quickly looked on my computer, just double checking if it wasn't lagging. So Skeg, as I just did say a couple of moments ago, has took Non-Cabbage's podium position away. Non-Cabbage does look like he's going to allow the pressure onto him. Stein is not that far behind. Gonna come round turn 7 now. Non-Cabbage is still trying to obviously gain on him, lags. Still looking comfortable. These two are looking very comfortable ahead of Lags and Non-Cabbage. Looks like he looks really dominant at Spa. So Wizard, I believe he's how you pronounce that gamer tag. I am sorry. OJBWW gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So stuck down late in P10. So that's going to be annoying for him. It's going to look down by the mid pack. Dylan's looking comfortable at P6. As going to approach by turn 16 and 17 as the McLaren of that other car guy has DNF. So there's going to be another virtual safety car. Skeg has left the session. Has Skeg been kicked again? So here come the pit stops. Most of them are going to double stack here. Are any of these double stacking? That is the question. Realise is now on the inters, so it looks like the track is going to start to dry. So the call has been given, the inters. The racing point of Faki 10. I'm just going to call him Key now. Keep pronouncing that wrong. So he's still in the full wet, so that's going to be, he's going to have to pit. Although it's P2, he's going to have to pit. He's going to be down by, I would say, around P13. full wets is not the time you want to be on. Vermel's probably gonna go back up to P2. If Key does it won't let him join, his game is bugging out. Vermel is now, I believe, in this split stream here of Key 10. He's gonna look for an outside move there. Now Vermel wants to get past him quick as can, as the Ferrari or Katu Fatman has picked up a time penalty. Key 10, that looked very dangerous from Vermel's point of view, as OJ has retired. Footy gets a 3-second time penalty, so Vermel does go past Key 10, so does Lags. So Lags in the split stream is going to use a bit of ERS. He does wheel ban there with the Williams driver. Now got the inside move. He doesn't get right there. He's going to still allow pressure onto him. So that's good. Dylan gets a 3-second time penalty. So Vermel now gets away. Gustav Steiner still applying the pressure, of course. Wants to apply the pressure on Vermel, so he keeps his lead on the drivers championship. Sorry. As the Red Bull of Erlies is still trying to gain. Gustav Steiner using some overtakes. So is Lags. So is Vermel. Vermel has the most out of these three. Gustav is going to stop his. Lags is still going to continue it. His has under 25% of ERS. Now goes up to around 30. Around 35 now. Charlie 106TT has joined the session. Looks like he's going to spectate the race. SA is still in P1. Vermel P2 still. So it looks like these two. SA does have just under a 5-second gap. 4.9 second gap between him and Vermel. Lags is under a second away from Vermel. Gustav Steiner obviously just around 1.1, I believe, behind Vermel, so not that far. As it's really close, we're just going to go around the mid-pack. So Non-Cabbage still catching up. There's a big gap between him, well, between Non-Cabbage and Dylan. Dylan's obviously leading the mid-pack here. Cam Cooper is applying the pressure, so... And there's a problem in Sector 2, and it is... Key 10. As Cam Cooper does go off track, so... He's obviously looking for a move. Dylan's not having it. Dylan's defending really well here. Nearly spins out. Cam Cooper gonna look for the outside move, sends it. Late break in there. That's gonna lose in time. Dylan's gonna go for the switchback. Regains his position on P7. Cam Cooper went for the dive bomb. And here comes the one-stop strategy. So the intermediates for between lap 11 and 20. As we did have a virtual safety car, so most of them have pitted, I believe, except the racing point of Key 10. As Cam Cooper is now going to approach turn 3. He's going to use a bit of ERS. He has got the yellow warning of the fuel. He is enormously gaining of Dylan in the switch. He's got the inside here. As Dylan allows him, so Dylan looks like he may be struggling. Oh, I haven't got the temperatures quickly yet. Cam Cooper does get the move down, and now going to come by turn 9. He's going to look by Footy. Footy just behind Dylan. So basically, the mid-pack except... Well, it's between P7 and P9. Well, P10, sorry. So 4 cars right close in the mid-pack. Then you got a couple behind. Lags, it's a 3-second time penalty. Got a couple. I would invite Skeg back, but if he's bugging out that much, I can't really do much. So Vermel, Dylan gets another 3-second time penalty here. Non-Cabbage is lying out there. He's going to use a bit of ERS there. Sir gets a 1 minute 54.793 on the intermediate tyres. Incredible lap time by him. Obviously, he's going to keep improving their lines. As the one stop again comes out between lap 12 and 10. Non-Cabbage goes for the inside move. Doesn't have enough room. Verlies is going to gain a bit there. He's going to regain his position on P5. As Non-Cabbage did not have enough room. Verlies nearly spins out but keeps control of his car. Manages to keep control of his car as Lusher Steiner is now going to come around, I believe, turn 6 and 7. So he pushes turn 7, I believe, there. As this is actually turn 8. I thought this was turn 9, so I've got mixed up with these. This is turn 9 here, so I do apologise. Non-Cabbage obviously still going to try and realise. Cam Cooper obviously was flying, enormously gaining on Dylan. It's still P7. It's got a bit of a lead there. He's going to look into the interval as Cam Cooper does have around a 3-second gap between him and Dylan. As the Merca got some points here, Beans in P15. Obviously, I believe it's only Beans did pit early. Verlies did pit early for the intermediate, so they went smart. But obviously can be another safety car, so it comes to become a bit dry. Maybe get some softs on. They're still leading. As Thermal is still ahead of Gustav Steiner. It's now going to cut by turn 2. Gets the job done. Now on turn 4. It's now just going to have a flat out straight. Only has just under 25% of ERS there. Now going to approach by turn 5 on the little chicane there. Gets turn 6 done. Now going to approach by turn 7. So it looks like Lags is following through. So is Gustav Steiner. Verlies has spun. The Red Bull of Verlies has spun. Resets the track, which is quite dangerous there. So Non-Cabbage gets past him. Can Cooper, this could be an opportunity for him to get past the Red Bull of Verlies. Verlies did spin. I do not know if that caused damage. Does go quite wide here. Cam Cooper nearly gains on him. He's now going to approach by turn 9. Cam Cooper was flying out there. Does have just under 70% of ERSE. Doesn't use it yet. Obviously waiting for the correct moment, but still wants to gain on it here. Now we're in gear 7. Now I'm going to all the way downshift to gear 3. Going to stay in gear 3. Now goes to gear 4. Down to gear 3. Now goes back up to gear 4. Now gear 5. Still trying to keep the momentum. Now we're still in. Now goes into gear 3. Now back up to 5. He's now going to get the overtake mode on. Because is he going to look for outside move or the inside move? I believe he will go for the outside move. Verlies just go off track here. Cam Cooper look for the inside move. He's going to go for it. No, he pulls out the last second. But Cam Cooper still has an opportunity as Non-Cabbage does pit. So they're both going to gain a place here. As Cam Cooper does have the inside move, uses a bit of ERS, comes by turn 1. Gets the overtake done. But no, he does not actually fully get the overtake done. Verlies now loses his position. Could use a bit of overtake mode here. Does enter in the overtake mode side by side nearly. Gonna come out of overtake mode. Gonna try to look for the switch back, but I believe he did get a little bit of damage, so Cam Cooper will gain a little lead here as 0.200 seconds. Verlies uses a lot of ERS there, goes down the inside, goes a bit wide here. Cam Cooper now goes on that inside now, gets the job done. So Verlies is still battling position find. Looks for inside move there, but doesn't get the job done as Cam Cooper is still in the lead as Key 10 does get 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. So that's disappointing for him. And obviously for the Racing Point team, Dylan now P8, so Footy did get past him. As Verlies is now over a second gap between him and Cooper. His gap between him and Foot, Verlies and Foot is 3.9, so just another 4 seconds. As he is still 8 laps to go in the race. Footy has spun. Dylan nearly crashes out. Had to force to go off track there. Russian also passes him. So there's a problem for the Mercedes team there as he has just reset the track. It is quite dangerous. Did just have enough time, so that's going to be very helpful for Russian and Dylan, but they do have penalties. Thermal and Gustav Steiner, as Gustav Steiner did go up to P3, I did not notice that. I only just noticed it, in fact, just now. So just under a second between these two, as Gustav Steiner is leading the driver championship standings just by 1 point gap between him and Thermal. Thermal does have the upper hand here, so that's going to be annoying here for Gustav Steiner. But still he's going to apply pressure to each other no matter what. Lags is not too far behind Gustav Steiner at all, just under 1.5, just goes in fact over 1.5. But round about just under 1.5 area between Gustav Steiner and Lags. Cam Cooper, who was flying out there, flying past Dylan and Verlies, go battle between all car drivers of those 3 drivers. As in fact Russian is now actually in a good position here. P8, not too far away from Dylan. Dylan looks like he's actually struggling out here due to the amount of penalties he actually has been given. I am quite surprised. I thought he would come into this race with great confidence. Looks like the confidence has dropped due to the rain, but still going to push. Still is P7. Does have a lot of ERS, so he hasn't used that much indeed. So he is going to approach by turn 16 and 17, followed by Russian, who does just have just over 40 ERS. Dylan has, however, over 80%. Dylan just looks like he's waiting for the opportunity to come. Gonna use a bit more ERS, says. Obviously, non-cabbage who did pit. Obviously, the tyres wasn't working for him. He goes on a fresh stint just last lap. It's going to complete his first lap on the intermediate tyres. He's P9, still got a couple of points. Ziata Fanata. I feel like I keep saying it wrong. He's P10, just 1 point. Not too bad. Kato Faman is on a fresh stint of intermediates and all, followed by Footy. So they have gone for the 2-stop strategy, as you just see the front of the pack just gone on a 1 stop. It's only done 6 laps, obviously keeping the momentum. Don't even know what temperature the tyres are currently on, so must get hot really quickly. Unless if they're just waiting for the track to fully dry out and just go on the softs for the last couple of laps and just fully catch up. Top 3 are still the same. Gustav Steiner over second now between him and Thermal, as it was under second last lap. So Thermal looks like he's gaining away, but Gustav Steiner just under 15% ERS, so it's going to annoy him there. Thermal, however, over 35%, so he's looking alright. Sir gets a 1 minute 53.968, the fastest lap in the Haas team. So in fact, Haas are actually going to get some decent amount of points, considering they have had a poor performance so far in season 1 of this league. Still a new league, in fact. Probably looking for more drivers, I would say. So these other leagues that we are actually connected to that are looking for drivers and all. But Cam Cooper looking actually quite strong. Lags has picked for a new stint of the intermediate tyres. Just noticed that Verlies picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Verlies did spin earlier. I believe it was Verlies. Currently P6, still does have a chance to go up to P5 here. Verlies done 8 laps on the intermediates. Now I'm going to enter my turn 8. Now I'm going to downshift all the way to gear 2. Now I'm going to upshift to gear 3. Now gear 4 goes on the bit of the apex. He goes downshifts to gear 3, goes up to gear 4. Safety car, yellow flag. Who is it? That is the question. I believe it is the Ferrari, and it is Kato Farman. So let's go to the front pack. Are they going to pit? As Keating gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Are they going to pit here? Sayers going to pit. I reckon Firman's going to follow him in here. He is going to follow him in. Gus Shine is also going to follow him here. This actually puts Slags actually in a good position, I believe. Or just out in a good position. Ooh, as Sir just had to get his wing changed and nearly loses P1. Nearly loses P1 by Thermal. Thermal Gustin just entering out of the pits, followed by Cam Cooper. Verlies has entered the pits, so has Russian, so has Dylan. Non-Cabbage, Polly War entered the pits as just pitted previously, so he's going to gain probably at least a couple positions, I do believe. He's going to go up by at least 3 positions, so he could in fact go up to P6. He's going to go up to P6 at the moment. Now I'm going to go back down to P7. So safety car. Sir's already at the safety car. So far, incredible performance by him. Going to look at the penalties. The penalties are still there. So Sir did pick a 3-second time penalty. So that's put Thermal in a great opportunity here to get 25 points. And obviously try to get away from Gus Asana in the Drivers' Championship standings. So this is huge. So this is really huge here. 4 laps remaining. Sir's obviously gone into a fresh stint because he is currently being really rapid on this track. So he's just going to get the temperatures up correctly. Obviously Thermal is just trying to keep the pressure obviously on Gus Steiner and obviously on Sir. Gus Steiner is also going to do the same thing, puts pressure on Thermal for the Driver Constructors Championship. And also get a huge amount of points for obviously the Constructors Championship. Red Bull leading. So this is going to be a huge couple of laps here. This could end on a safety car. It actually could. This could be a 1-lap race, no joke. You just see the Mercs or Beans in turn 7. And you see the Renault Skeg. Now they're both approaching turn 8. See the racing point by turn, I believe 15. The racing point now in Sector 3 is going to approach by turn 16 and 17. Also Skeg and Means comes out by turn now. Now we're approached by turn 10 and 11. So safety car can actually just end the race here. I am not gonna lie. Really, I'm not gonna lie here. It's gonna be probably a frustrating race. Non-Cabbage gets a 5-second penalty for server collision with someone. As you did see earlier in the race, F7 Finn did hit in to Zatifanata, if I can actually say it correctly. So someone in Discord will have to say if I'm saying it correctly. Did actually collide with him. He did serve the penalty. That increased his penalty by quite a lot. It was already on a 10-second, obviously due to accidentally colliding with other people, and Finn just went off track, I believe, and just went into the side of Vanatita. That's why I'm saying it wrong. He has been impressive actually, gone up 9 places, now P8. Skeggs also had a good race, although his game's been bugging according to, I believe it's his friend, Antonio. So, he's actually gone up 6. Thermal's gone up 5-4. And the Renault and the Merc are pushing by turn 8. So Thermal could get free win here. Thermal indeed could get a free win here. This could turn out to be annoying, because Sir is really fast on here. Incredibly fast. As people are putting in the Discogs. So it looks like he's actually angry about this. Non-Carriage looks like he's angry due to that 5-second penalty that he got given out. No, I'm not even joking. I might just invite Skates for the last couple of laps just to see if he gains any places if safety car just come back. So I'll just invite him back quickly. See if the safety car does come back so he can just just invite him back. Invite him back just in case safety car will come actually in this lap. So safety car lap 20 here. If Skeg does join, it's only P12, so he can still actually gain some places here. Safety car in this lap. Repeat, safety car in this lap. So it's gonna be a lap 21 here. Skeggy's not going to join back, he's going to watch instead due to it is late. 2 laps remain. I understand why. Still in a great position though. P12, he can still gain a couple of places here. As you just see how many actually. Just a couple of. This start could be very interesting here. Say's gonna come. As he is a yellow flag. He is a yellow flag already. Belmo gonna come up by turn 2, gonna come up by Aruj. Lags has DNF, so he's gonna be a yellow flag in sector 2. Zata Fanata has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Thermal applying the pressure, so he's Gus Steiner, so this could come down to the wire here. Thermal obviously trying to gain away from him. Gus Steiner looks like he's gonna allow the pressure onto him, so he looks for the mistake so he can counter on him and also counter and dominate the Drivers' Championship standings. Only round 9, I do not know how many rounds are left in Season 1 for the Tier 2 Tribute Racing League, as it is between these two, as we did say earlier, 1 point difference between Gus Steiner and Thermal. Gus Steiner is the one that's leading the Driver Championship standings. Thermal 1 point behind. He is currently in front of him in P2, as he's a 1.4 second gap between him and Stir. Stir looks like he is flying out here in the Haas. It's gonna have plenty of ERS and all, everybody is. Sir gets another 3-second time penalty, so Sir, this puts him all the way. Gap to leader, this puts him around P4. Cam Cooper does have an opportunity here to get a podium and all. Gus Stein still trying to lead. Cam Cooper trying to push on, also to try to get in the podium position for P3. Russian's gonna get another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Dylan is now gonna still P6, I do believe. So it's gonna obviously fly through footy. If you just look closer, Dylan is gaining on Verlies here. Dylan on the outside, wheel bangs into Verlies there, so we're both going to lose a bit of momentum. I believe there isn't that much of. We're not going to reveal them because they are huge. I think everybody who's watching is looking at those penalties like, wow. Dylan goes a bit wide there, however. Dylan's going to look for a move on turn 10. Doesn't look like he's going to counter that mistake. It is on the final lap and all. So he's going to go for the inside move. Doesn't reach there, late braking. Wheel bangs a little bit there, I believe. Dylan's still trying to gain away. He's going to quickly look to the front of the pack. Big distance there. So he's going to cross over first, I do believe, but he is only going to go into P2. Thermal will win this. So on the last corner, Sir crosses over. However, Thermal Baker is going to cross over and win the Belgium Grand Prix here at Spa due to the time penalties. And we saw that Verlies does keep his position. Gustav Steiner, I forgot Gustav Steiner now goes into P2. So still going to get a podium position, so he's going to still be happy with himself, but still going to be frustrated at himself for exceeding track limits over extended period of time. As Beans AI is going to cross over. Russian going to be the last one, going to go on board with him, of course, speeding his way through on the ERS. Going to come by turn 18. now approaches the final corner of turn 19. I know he's gonna do some donuts because he's the last driver, wants to be on the stream. Someone else actually did that last week. I don't know if we're actually rushing. Gonna drive backwards. Obviously just to mess around. Russian crosses over, and that is the Belgian Grand Prix being done. So Skeg is like, he's gonna get driver of the day. He's currently watching now. I got booted at Skeg, by the way. Did get driver of the day. Still did actually alright due to getting booted. Thermal is now going to do his emote to celebrate his win here at Spa. So shaking the champagne. Just wanted to say a quick reminder. Obviously we did have some difficulties. Danny's phone was broken, so sorry for the late notice that the stream started on my channel. Hopefully this don't happen again. It might have to happen tomorrow. But if you are interested of joining, obviously contact Danny or Dylan, who obviously in the McLaren did come P8, Thermal did win Sand P2. We are looking, they are actually partnered with 2 other leagues, AB Racing, who also got a full 2 tiers already. Obviously we got the Core Racing League. Obviously looking for drivers, so if you are interested of Core League, also go text Thermal. Also if you are interested for the AB Racing, I'm not sure if you are interested to join that. But obviously if you are interested of the Tribute Racing League, which are still looking for drivers. Obviously in tier 1 we're looking for more faster drivers to obviously compete, still obviously keep the racing community going for the Tribute Racing League. So it's been a pleasure of a race. We'll have to say goodbye to you all. Sorry for the late notice, like I already said. Thank you for the support. Obviously if you're looking to watch it, although you haven't seen the proper Tribute Racing League, look at our channel on Twitch, tribute_racing_league. If not, we'll probably stream on my channel. Sorry for the late noise, like I already said. Thank you for the support.